who's a great player, but the game has changed so much. And quarterback play with the Elite 11 quarterback coaching.
It started over.
Number 48 on Alabama.
No, I didn't want it to start over. Damn it.
Talk about the importance of yards, field position, 15 on that penalty. Moves Georgia to the 40. That's how you get taken out of the game. Chance to get back out there. Oh, wow. No self-beliefs over there, won't they? Yeah. Jump. Turns for about 5. Going just his 6th interception of the season. Last possession on the Carroll. I'm surprised there that Jake. I'm surprised next time they run something like that. He pulls that. He walks around the edge. Maybe not respecting Fromm's ability to run. They collapse inside on Nick Chubb. And I'm not saying here, but later in this game, they're going to go back to that. Jake Fromm's going to keep that ball. And he's going to get around that corner.
Okay. Alright, William. Sorry about that. I had some problem with my phone. I was trying to log in to YouTube on my computer, and I had to reset my Google password. So I had to also do it on my phone, which logged me out. So I'm back now. Now maybe everybody that was in here could come back. Maybe everybody can come back now. But I'm going to go over here to Devon's stream. I'm going to watch his while streaming mine. Yep, he's in the elevator. Oh, no, he is downstairs right now. Yeah, I remember I don't know what happened. It didn't let it remember it or whatever.
He's 5 of 9 on third downs for 134 yards. Clyde's doing a good job of protecting him. Like I said, a lot of those are third and long. Rob does pull it and keep it, as you suggested, but that time, the time already, Mack Wilson dropped him for a loss. Well, this is a different call because they brought the tight end around with him, Jackson Harris. And by the tight end coming around, it actually brought the linebacker right here. The tight end moved. Watch the linebacker come with it.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's why he's able to get out there. Another reaction from
I'm watching Devon's.
with a push after the tackle.
I'm streaming and watching Devon on my YouTube, or watching Devon's on my computer.
Shoved his head after he made the tackle.
And I just told everybody over there that I'm back.
Michelle is the back. Ridley's up there on the right on 3rd and 6. Fromm has a clean pocket.
Yeah, they're in the meltdown, all right. Alabama, Georgia's pretty good this year. Georgia's 3 and Alabama's 4, so it's close competition there. It's close. But hey, Brandon, I see you're back. Yeah, like I was telling them, I had problems getting back on my computer. I had to redo my Google account and everything, or reset my password and stuff. So I'm watching Devon on my computer and streaming from my phone, and watching the college game, of course.
He flirted with that. Championship game and got over to spend a timeout. He almost allowed Jerron Payne to block that. I mean, you got to go one way or the other. You're either going to fake it or you're going to punt it.
Oh, that's cool. I actually missed watching it because that's the night I wasn't. That's the morning that I came in like 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the morning I got here. So I slept all day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Waking up in between to go bathroom and stuff. And then I slept in till about 9, 10 o'clock later that night. So I actually missed both of the games. I missed the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. So, but I found out who won from friends on Facebook. Yeah, yeah. I kind of wanted OU to win it, but because I'm close to OU, but no, actually, right now I'm not. When I first came in, they were doing constant fluids. Yeah, I was kind of dehydrated too. So, but no, I only get hooked up every 5 or 6 hours, and then we have treatments 4 times a day. Might end up losing Devin's feed here in the elevators, guys. I'm kind of watching his too. Don't ask me who Devin's talking to because I don't know. Some guy on the elevator.
You're going to see a receiver come here. Watch his vision. He gets behind potentially. They're going to pick him right there. He goes deep to get behind it. Then he comes downhill and keeps Scarborough short of the first down. Roquan Smith approaching 250 career tackles. The Beckus Award winner. What a player.
Devin's back up here on the floor, but not on the floor. He's down by the elevators. If you're over watching his stream, you can see that.
Back at the 10 with 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Tom, what do you have? There is a potentially serious situation here. They're bringing
back.
Defensive back has collapsed. On the sideline of the bench area, surrounded by.
The other one I had going was almost 1 hour and 40 minutes long.
No one knows exactly the nature of why he collapsed, but it would appear to be a serious medical situation right now. Tyree McDonald, freshman defensive back for Alabama, being fully tended to. Obviously, we'll keep you updated on what's happening. They're trying to clear players away from where he is right now in the area.
That's not good. If y'all watching the college game, one of the Alabama players just collapsed on the sideline.
It's well clear of the sideline. Play continues. Final play of the quarter.
One of the Alabama players just collapsed on the sideline. Yeah. He's being taken out. That third person? Me.
Oh, okay.
I finally got my computer going.
Oh. Well, so you're not there now.
I'm still there.
It's saying only 2 people.
Yeah, I'm still
So
there.
mine must have.
I'm streaming and watching.
Okay. So you saw the ribs?
I'd seen him earlier because I got him earlier.
I got 2 of them. I was talking to someone on the elevator.
Yeah, I saw that on the stream.
There's a guy that. Oh, did you see him? Or
Nope, couldn't see him.
Okay. I was trying not
We
to.
just saw the floor.
Yeah, I had it that was the reason for confidentiality.
Switch to DirecTV and get a $200 reward card. Call 1-800.
So must be just you and Brandon.
No, Paul, I was telling Brandon and Jake earlier, with us using our phones, we don't see your profile pictures. We just see your names and then whatever you type. Because Brandon asked me that because he made his the 32. But
You can see him in chat.
if you go on Devin's, I'll be able to see it on chat in Devin's using my computer. But I can't see it on here. Everybody else will be able to see it, but I won't.
All you can eat is back, baby. Applebee's. Eat good in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Dad was just telling our nurse, or the nurses. Oh, okay. No, I can't see the pictures, I just see your names. But if you type on Devin's chat, then I'll see it. I see everybody's little pictures on his chat, but I can't see it on mine. Not gonna say. We have quite a few nurses up here. Some of them we've known since we started coming here. A couple of them work in the day, and a couple of them work here at nighttime.
Conscious right now, but it was a serious situation surrounded by the medical staff. Apparently, just collapsed in the bench area of the Crimson Tide. Glad to see his eyes open right now. He was nodding during some of the prompts that the training staff was giving him. And obviously, we'll update you as we go on right now.
I'm not gonna show any of the nurses because that's kind of. Some of them don't want to be shown, so I gotta stick to that. If they don't want to be shown, I can't show them. It's rules of streaming. Some of you know that. That's why Devin asked the other day before he started streaming, he asked a nurse for permission to stream in the hospital. So, and they allowed it. So, but some of them don't want to be shown, which that's understandable. Not a lot of people do. So.
Effective play. First down gain of about 5. And it's been tough sledding in the middle, the way it is for most teams that try to run the football against Alabama between the tackles. They have done a good job of mixing up formation.
I mean, I can always ask if they want to be, but a lot of them won't.
Downfield, and then occasionally going back to running up the middle. But there hasn't been a lot of that between the tackles.
Yeah, that's why if I want to show, or if one wants to be shown, I have to ask first. Just like anytime you go into a store or anyone else's house, you always ask. I'm doing a YouTube stream. Do you want to be shown? If not, try not to show them. And if they say that you can't even do a stream or any kind of video in whatever building you're in, then you gotta follow the rule. It's just like doctors and nurses aren't supposed to have they can have your phone numbers to get a hold of you and keep checking up on it, but you're not allowed to have theirs. It's part of the HIPAA violation. And it's for a reason. There's reasons for that. They can have yours because they need to get a hold of you and see how you're doing and check up on you once you leave or whatever, but you're not allowed to have theirs unless they are family. Which, who's got a nurse that's family? Take care of them. But it's the same thing with YouTube. If they don't want to be shown or they can't be shown, you got to follow it.
Receivers to the right. Pressured sacks. Right up the middle was Raekwon Davis who made the pick.
I've only seen Paul and William come back. I've seen Brandon pop in, but I haven't seen him since. I've seen William and Paul talking to him. If you're still there, Brandon, let me know. And Jake as well.
So athletic in the inside. See how he's able to just get off off of Ben Cleveland, using his quickness.
Okay.
Time to punt as the Tide.
Okay, good. Jake, what about you?
Low pick is going to be fielded.
I knew you were there, William.
Diggs is tackled immediately.
You and Paul were the ones doing a lot of the talking there, and
Single-handedly on that defensive side.
yep.
Bring the Tide
No, I was just talking about you, Paul.
interception led to a field goal.
I knew you two were, William and Paul. I knew you guys were still there. I just hadn't heard from Brandon since he said I'm back, and then I just saw him. So
The car stopped for me. Automatic emergency brake.
cool.
And safe on the last of the 2017s. Like the road
That can be tricky sometimes.
starting at just $159 per month. Still can't touch you.
Sometimes I do that. So I know. I know Ron's not on mine. He's probably over on Devin still, but he knows what cystic fibrosis patients go through. So here, anytime now, my respiratory therapist should be coming in, and I'll show you the treatments that we do if y'all want to see that. Devin tried doing them couple of his streams, and about the time he was getting ready to do the treatment, for some reason his streams cut out because I went back and watched them myself. So I don't know why they cut out or buffered or whatever, but I'll show you what treatments we do here. My respiratory therapist should be coming anytime.
Today, what are you going to give? Give 30 more seconds on your Peloton. Give it for
And the treatments we do them 4 times a day up here.
Give it up for New York
The
instructors live.
we used to do them at 11 a.m.,
Give yourself
3 p.m., 8 p.m., and midnight.
Give it up for this.
Well, we were up too much and sleeping in too late. So for us to get up a little bit earlier, we're doing them at 9, 1, 5:30, and 10.
Not a lot to show for it. Then
And there's my therapist now.
they figured out hiring. I post my job
So I'll try not to show her, but I'll show you the treatment and everything.
because their technology is smart. ZipRecruiter often sends me the right person. 24
And
hours. The smartest way
I don't know if you can see or not, but
outside of college.
when you all get admitted to a hospital, you get an IV in your arms, right? Well, with our cystic fibrosis, our veins blew a long time ago. So now we have a port, and that gets accessed with a needle, and that port has a catheter. I don't know if sometimes you can see mine, sometimes you can't. There's this little thing right here. That goes to the top of my heart, and that's how we get our IV fluids and antibiotics, instead of through an IV like you guys do when you're admitted. Because we've had IVs so many years, we're in a lot, especially in the past we were in more than we are now, but we were in so much that our veins blew and couldn't handle IVs. Or a lot of times they'll do what's called a PICC line. Those were starting to blow and everything, so we went with these ports, and these last anywhere from 5 to 10 years. It's supposed to last 5, but the first ones we had lasted longer than was expected. So this both mine and Devin's both second port that we've had. First ones were more down further here on our sides, but now we got them up on the upper chest. So and I just got to keep it from getting infected. You have to deaccess. In other words, pull the needle out, clean it, and then reaccess a new needle once a week. And we're in here 2 weeks, so we get it done twice. Technically, get it done once because usually the second time is the day we go home. So, and I just got mine reaccessed about 7:30 after I took a shower. So, But so yeah, that's how we get our IV fluids and antibiotics is through the porch. And it's got a connector on it. The orange cap keeps it clean. You connect your IV tubing onto that and it goes through there. That's how we get our antibiotics. It's a lot easier than IVs because they blow on us. So. I'm getting ready to do my albuterol. It is a breathing inhaled treatment, and it's something we do every day. And we do it twice a day when we're back home. Every single day. It's part of this, something we got to do with this cystic fibrosis. So, if you have any questions about CF or these treatments, shoot them in the chat room and I'll try to answer them the best I can. And Devins just went off. I'm trying to connect to him. I figured out all these internet from there. Yes. Oh, wait. No. Yeah.
So 3rd and 8 as the Tide try to cut into this 10-point lead instead of 10 to play.
At AT&T, buy one iPhone 8 and get one on us. That's one for you and one for your BFF. Your backup singer. Your frenemy. Your boo. Your roomie. So one phone for you and one phone for someone in your squad.
Only have one person here?
Second iPhone 8 on us.
I'll go over Devins. Brandon did. Who's? Okay. Brandon, you're the one still here. Yeah. On mine, you're watching me do treatment. On Devin, you're watching him eat. So. Okay, you're still there too. Good. That's 2.
But if you can stick to your New Year's resolution, then I can stick to mine and be the best road player. What? You couldn't even last 2 weeks? In that case, consider Mayhem officially back at Allstate. I mean, that's...
William, you still there?
You doing your taxes? Yeah. Why are you using TurboTax? Well, H&R Block 40 lets you file online for free, even if you itemize.
Well, I know where Jake's at. He's still on Devins.
H&R Block 40 lets you file online for free. Get your taxes form. America's top critics are rated. It is one of the best films of the year. Christian Bale. Now, it's the finest Western film Unforgiven. Rated R. Now playing in select theaters everywhere January 19th. The College Football Playoff National Championship is presented by AT&T and is brought by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. Allstate, official contender of college football fans. And Dos Equis. Stay thirsty. Please enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Goodyear providing aerial coverage celebration. This is Whitworthy, Goodyear official sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Downtown Atlanta. Big wheels keep on turning. First words to Sudan, Alabama. The Suns, they were just playing. And this time out, Tide back to work for 3rd and 8.
Dang it.
Gonna make the catch with Judy. Dominic Sanders, tremendous effort. Chris, he has the ball. It's just a matter of possession while his feet are down. Sanders intercepts the ball. Let's see, take a look at his feet.
It's almost time.
He has the ball against his leg, and then it went up in the air after his feet were up. Check the 18.
This is the next one. It's called Palmazine or Dornase. What this one does, it helps break up the mucus in the lungs. Okay, I see you're still there. That's 3 showing it. Good.
Maybe didn't secure it till it was in the air and landed over the end line. Great effort, by the way. Tremendous by the veteran who's played as much football as anybody in the country. Risky throw in the end zone. Ugalaloa trying to find Judy. After the exploration of the play clock, the officials were notified that the previous play is under further review. Check that out just to make sure Sanders did not have control. Good look at the defensive coordinator from Georgia with Sanders. It's a lot in the line for Sanders because he's got 16 interceptions. Ties Jake Scott, Bakari Rambo for the
If you guys have any questions about these treatments, ask. I'll try to explain the best I can.
And see how he loses it. Then he goes into the air. Could have prevented his field goal attempt and given him the Georgia career record. Let's just make sure this is incomplete. Let's get a field goal. Get within one possession with 9.5 minutes to go. See why Sanders was frustrated if he'd gotten it cleanly. After further review, the defender never obtained possession of the ball inbounds. The ruling on the field is confirmed. It's fourth down. So now, Campanastos missed early. 40, 43. This is just a 30-yarder to make it a one-score game.
Yeah, it's going to take a time.
Very good at the field goal block. They got it from Lewis. After that one,
Oh, it's cold.
able to curl it through. Alabama back within 7. Watching the college football playoff national championship game presented by AT&T.
Living in the South, people don't ask you where you're from, they ask you who you're for.
The Auburn-Georgia rivalry is one of the most unique rivalries in all of college sports. Georgia and Auburn deal with the breed football. My kids going to Georgia.
We don't want to see them. We're going to tell David the Georgia fans?
Probably not. 'Cause I got no shirt on. And I'm on YouTube right now too, so. No. I don't, and it's not a nurse either, so.
Maybe they want to see it on YouTube.
One of the people in here said, tell that nurse you want some happy medicines in that breather. Want some happy medicines in that breather? I said no. I was not a nurse, it's respiratory therapist. People that give you treatments. And I can only do the medicines I'm prescribed. And that's ordered in the doctor's notes.
like the Rogue family. Lease today, starting at just $159 per month. Still can't touch you. I'll take it. Last one. You deserve the sweet reward of Diet Dr. Pepper. For what? For arranging these pillows that are purely for show and not for sleeping. That is sweet. My wife's obsessed with the pillows.
Can I get you anything in?
Hey, babe. I was telling you. He's not just telling you that. It's basic interior design.
Yeah, it's like Pillows 101.
Yes, sweet daddy.
We can have my nurse come in.
Later, buddy. Dr. Pepper.
Have my nurse come in.
Stay tuned after the game for the Ford Escape.
No, I couldn't. It passed by the time she kept asking me, do you want me to? And about that, I kept telling her, yeah, and she kept asking and asking. It got to where she had to get off. She has to go to bed Monday through Friday at 9:30 because of her little sisters. I'm getting a little bit hungry, but I don't know what I want. That chicken they have downstairs is pretty good.
The what?
The chicken, it's right there by the ribs.
There's chicken next to the ribs downstairs.
Mhm. Yeah. And then get me a couple packs of Skittles.
Skittles and then chicken, so it's already made up down there?
Yeah.
Any sides or anything? No sides?
No,
Okay. Or strawberry milk if they have?
they don't. If they have any, but I doubt it.
Okay.
Cause I don't think the truck came in today. And barbecue chips if they got any of those out.
The time, folks. Trying to make it tough as Fromm motions out. It's Chubb in the wild dog. Takes off. Fairly predictable, and the tide flowed to the right and dropped him for a loss. These two freshman quarterbacks, Tagovailoa coming on at halftime for Jalen Hurts, who wasn't hurt. Maybe just made the decision to go for the young guy to spark the offense. You see true freshmen, not just the quarterbacks, but we've been saying true freshmen.
But
Alabama's leading
no, I
leading receiver.
don't know if I answered your question there, Brandon. She wasn't able to get in.
In this game.
I'm gonna have, she has an iPod Touch, so I don't know if it'll let her. We tried doing it at our candlelight service when I did that stream. Nobody got in there, so I wasn't on there very long. It was like 7 o'clock at night. But and it was Christmas Eve, so a lot of people were visiting with family. But she tried watching it, but she was too close to the source. So I'm gonna have to help her figure it out. I know she's subscribed because I watched her subscribe to me. But I think she's got to download YouTube to her iPod to be able to watch me, I think. We'll try to get it figured out when I get back home. And next time I see her. We don't live together, so she lives in Joplin and I live 30 miles south in Seneca, but we see each other every Sunday, and starting on the 10th, we're going to be starting up a thing at our church called Paul's Kitchen. We do it every year. We stopped it for the holidays, and we're going to start it back up again on Wednesday nights. So I get to see her on those days, and the days I get to take her out. So next time I see her, whether it's at church that Sunday or Paul's Kitchen the Wednesday after I get out, or next time we go out, we'll try to get it figured out.
Out to the 35. Bama has battled back within 7. 7:10 to play. The stacker from Taco Bell.
So, do any of you guys have questions about cystic fibrosis?
The collection of Taco Bell
If
classics.
so, ask and I'll try to answer them the best I can.
What is your name? I like the sound of that. In 3 days.
Really nice buns. Beg your pardon? Paddington 2. Thursday. Rated PG. Level up. Brand new Nissan Rogue Sport with the base Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies. Yeah, right. Wow. Lease the Rogue family starting at $159 per month.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you'll earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. Not just in airline purchases. Think about all the double miles you could be earning. Holy moly, that's a lot of miles! What's in your wallet?
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like pre-shaken soda. Having their seat kicked on an airplane. Being rammed.
When you see me turn my head like this here, it's because I'm looking over at the Chad and Devin screen.
Walking into a glass door.
If you're wondering why I keep looking over,
There's DirecTV.
I'm watching him on my computer, and
Switch to DirecTV and get
he's kind of to the right of me. So,
Call 1-800.
by the way, I got my phone set. We have these little mirrors in here. Like when females are in the hospital, they can use a little mirror for the makeup or whatever. Or if you get something in your eye or whatever, you have a little mirror that flips up. I got that flipped up, and my phone's sitting kind of on it. So, yep, waiting on the chicken. There it is. It's actually pretty good. I had it for lunch along with the ribs that Devin was eating, and they had some baked beans. It was all pretty good. I didn't want the ribs this time. That chicken was good though, so I had my nurse go down and get me some. And hopefully she comes back with some strawberry milks. For some reason, they can stock up on chocolate milk. When you go down there, there'll be 5 rows of chocolate milk, 3 rows of white milk. Every once in a while, you'll see strawberry. They know I like strawberry, but they can't keep it in stock. But as far as I know, I'm the only one that drank it. As far as I know. So, I don't know how they can't keep it in stock. And it goes out. And, residual pain? What do you mean by that there, Paul? What do you mean by any residual pain?
This is the 15th game for Georgia, 14th for Alabama. Dogs had to spend a lot more energy in the semifinal and make a long trip back. They hold on. Play action. Tagovailoa has to escape and fired on the sideline.
The chicken was only for dinner.
Really?
They have ribs, baked beans, and macaroni salad.
Alright, go and bring me ribs in.
Want ribs?
Yep.
Do you want any sides?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm guessing they had no milks. I don't know what the truck should have came. No, not really. You really don't feel much pain with it. It's just cough a lot and you can get sick real easy. It has to do with the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, everything. The way you digest food, well, with the CF we can't digest it real well. So we take what's called pancreas pills or pancreolipase. They're pills that help us digest our food. And another thing about cystic fibrosis. I'm not saying any of you are, but most people can sit and eat a bag of potato chips all day or junk food all the time and put on like 50 pounds. We can eat junk food all day and not gain no weight. We are actually underweight for our age. But these are the pills that we take to help us digest our food. We take 6 of them every meal and snack. Any food with fat in it, we gotta take these to help digest it. Or else we don't gain weight, we have real bad diarrhea, and our food just don't digest properly. Every time we eat, once I get my food up here, you'll see me take these. Gotta take 6 of them every time we eat. Doing it for 24 years, it gets pretty old. There's a lot of stuff we're sick of, tired of doing, but we gotta do them to stay alive. So. That's like the treatment I was doing. If we stop those, that's it. We can get real sick and we can die real easy. That's the thing about CF. There's no, back in the past, CF patients with CF or kids that were born with it would only live maybe up to 13 years old. And then the age number kept getting higher and higher. We've been told we would not turn 12, we'd die before that. We would die before we turned 16. We would die before we turned 21. We wouldn't graduate high school because we'd be gone before that. And now the maximum age right now at this point is 25, which is next year for us. But so far we've been every age they've told us that we could possibly die at. So we're constantly proving doctors wrong. And we're going to keep doing it. And really, every year that me and Devin make it, it is a miracle. It really is. We got family behind us, church behind us. You guys are behind us now. And always have God in our hands. Devin's collapsed 2 lungs, both lungs, a couple of years apart. I've collapsed my right one 3.5 years ago. And luckily, so far, I haven't done the other one or done it again. But there's been times it felt like I have, so. Anytime I feel like I'm out of breath, can't breathe, or anything, I get to a hospital. Just be on the safe side. So, because 3 years ago when I did collapse my right lung, I had no clue I did it. I felt no pain or nothing. I was breathing fine. I was babysitting my old stepbrother. I come home and my lips were blue. And we thought nothing of it really the first time. Thanks, Paul. And a couple days later, they're blue again. And we get up here to Kansas City, but over at Children's Mercy, and I had a collapsed lung, and it was so bad that it pushed my heart and my left lung, everything. Most of my vital organs, the heart, liver, kidney, and all of it to the left side. They said if I wouldn't have gotten to the hospital when I did, I would have been dead in 2 days. I would have either died in my sleep or died out around town or... Thanks, Brandon. I would have died within 2 days from somehow. Because I had so much pressure on my heart, it would have bursted. So, anytime I feel pain in my left or right side or can't breathe, I don't. I take it seriously now.
Superstar receiver waited all along that moment. He'd been targeted. He'd been
So every time we make it another year on our birthday,
missed to him.
we always pray and thank God that we made it another year.
Tie the game at 20. 3:49 to play.
So we basically don't know. I could get real bad from now to the time I go home, and
So he's going to
I could easily die here in the hospital. But I don't like trying to think about that. But
see Dominic Sanders
it could happen.
in the way of the route. Right here,
So
look at his eyes.
with CF, you never know.
Here, but you have Sanders
So really, every day is just
really doesn't give up on the
live day by day.
keeps working against man-to-man, pulls away from Aaron Davis. A great
So if we make it a day, that's a miracle itself.
poise by the young freshman quarterback, sitting in that pocket, fourth down, game on the line potentially.
So we've known family and friends that have, well, our one of our aunts had a grandson passed away from CF at the age of 9 years old. My grandma used to live in California, worked at a school, had a little boy there. He had the barrel chest and everything like we do. He passed away from CF. Once we were born and Grandma found out we had it, she broke down and cried because she didn't know how long we would live. And so far, 24 years have gone by. So we have family and friends at church, nurses up here that care about us and pray for us all the time. And like Ron always says when he was on the roads, always pray for us. We could always use it. No matter if we're in here or not, we can use it.
And now the game's tied, and he's got to go out much like he did at the end of the Rose Bowl. In that case, he was trying to tie it in regulation. Here, he's going to try to go down and win it. It's not the senior's job of Michelle, but the freshman Swift to his left. Brown has time in the pocket. It's an inaccurate throw, incomplete. Payne got in there. He got off of the left guard, Kendall Baker. And that's what Nick Saban calls affecting the quarterback. We don't always have to sack. And that's exactly what Payne did there by getting down into the face of Fromm. It forced him to throw that ball a little bit off balance. It caused to be an incomplete pass and an errant pass.
Also on the CF topic there, Paul, about pain and everything. You guys can catch a cold, take cold medicine and be fine. If we catch a cold, it can easily turn into pneumonia or something worse. So we can catch colds pretty easy in the flu or whatever. And it'd be worse for us having cystic fibrosis. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a miracle that you can walk after that. That really is. I've got 2 rods and 2 pins in my left knee because I crushed my knee 15, 16 years ago. 5th grade, we were on our dirt bikes at home and ended up getting in a wreck, and I ended up breaking my knee from it. I was on crutches for 4 or 5 months, and I regret it every day because I can't squat down very much anymore. Like if you go down to get something out of a low cupboard or whatever, you would squat down. I can't sit back on my feet, like sit on your knees and then sit back on your feet. I can't do that anymore because my knee. cold weather, really hot weather, and rainy weather. Really makes my knee hurt because of the metal in it. But it took me only a couple of months of physical therapy, and then I could walk again and stuff. So.
Being a great teammate. Think about all his family moving from Hawaii here to Alabama. His younger brother's a talented prospect in high
Wow.
school, too.
How'd you do those, Paul?
G. Harris. Yeah, not turn the corner.
Was it part of your scoliosis, or
Makes a big play.
just by other incidents?
Young freshman that's in there for Jonah Williams. Alex was playing a left tackle spot. He tried to get up to the fleet-footed Roquan Smith to no avail. Roquan has such great instincts and ability to diagnose, and if you don't get a body on him, he's going to make the tackle. I promise you. Field a second consecutive overtime game. The first in Rose Bowl history. Not the way he's throwing the ball. Let's see what happens here. Gotta hurry again.
Holy cow!
Layclock winding it down.
I just looked up at the score, guys.
Harris has that
It's a tie ball game right now, with nearly almost 2 minutes to go in the game.
close. Yeah, right side here. Womack.
It's a tie ball game.
Watch this double team. Working this way.
If you ain't watching the college game on ESPN, you need to go watch it.
To be able to get through there.
But continue to watch me too.
Down and accelerates upfield.
It's a tie ball game.
Handful at 227 pounds.
Now me and Devin's in a battle because he's going for Alabama and I'm going for Georgia.
A little sideline route. It's an easy pitch and catch. Terrific.
So now
They're
it's
really starting to get involved now. I'm very surprised. It looks like we have a flag down.
dirt bike. Yep. Another fun toys. Yep.
Just not putting a safety over top of him.
We don't have our bikes anymore. They got too small for us. But after I broke my knee, we had them for another couple of years. They were little Honda 70s.
Tackling him. Took a
So they were both red.
from Ridley and then grabbed
We had Roadrunner stickers on the back number plate. Because our grandpa used to have a 69 Roadrunner. So we had Roadrunner stickers on the where you would put your number if you were racing it on both sides. So
senior Papanastos.
we loved racing them. We loved driving them all the time. Devin had a blue helmet with blue goggles and mine was red.
Chased down.
So, and blue and red gloves. But when we got rid of them, we sold them to somebody we knew. Like, used to be a teacher at our school, but became real good friends. And sold them to her. And as far as I know, her boys still have them.
Crucial moment. They just said,
As far as I know, last I heard from her.
field out. And you got Najee Harris out there.
And then a few months,
Biggest moment of
a couple of years later, we got a four-wheeler from a guy our grandpa used to work with at Tracker Boats in Lima, Oklahoma. And we had that for a couple of years, and we kept it out in our barn, and being out there, the battery's dying all the time, so we just sold it when we had our last garage sale back in March, I think it was. I'll be right back. I'll keep the stream going. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick.
big play by the senior receiver. Third down. Keeper. Look at lowers that head, shows the power, and gets a first in. He just ran over the senior Sanders. And he went right over top of him, mentioning how strong he is, his lower body for being a young player. People forget that he can run the ball, and he's not only slippery and quick, but he can be powerful. This is a big third down and short. Dominic Sanders comes up. Safety up at the top, comes down quickly along with Carter. He's right there to make the play. Talking about a guy, Baloa lowers that shoulder, gets 4 yards. Yeah, he's never started a game. It's like Baloa barely played, running over a dude who's making his 53rd start in college football. Making himself an instant legend. The football over the Crimson Tide. Alabama can finish off this drive with a game-winning score. Manassas has struggled from the left hash earlier tonight, missing one. Got Sugar Bowl against Clemson also from that left hash. Last two misses before the one early tonight hit off the left upright. His opening miss tonight, you're right, was a lucky one. See conversation with this guy, 20 years season ticket holder. Time games, his family. Going to games his whole life. Ryan Denny. String keeper, Tagovailoa moves it to the right hash. They get it back to the guard. Georgia comes another timeout. You just have to think about the whole college football community out there watching, players, coaches. You go through so much in the off-season as a team, every team out there, winter conditioning, getting up at 5 in the morning, go through spring football, 2 days, sweating, and then someone's hoping to be able to have a great year. And these two teams have been able to climb
Okay, guys, I'm back.
in the semis, and now here they are tonight, and we're at 20-20 with 49 seconds left. Scholarship offer from his beloved Crimson Tide. Papanasos had a good career in Oxford, Mississippi. Loved Ole Miss, but had a chance to sort of transfer back.
Getting my socks on my feet are getting cold.
Try out for Alabama in the first place. Transfers back. Trying to stay calm. Georgia now out of timeouts. Bama still has the two. David Harris giving him a few words of encouragement. You got this, man. No problem. Alabama is probably going to work, control the clock, work this to the middle of the field. Well, wherever Papanasos wants him. Yeah. One to their right. Tagovailoa knocked down at the 15. They'll keep that field goal attempt. Looks like on the right hash. The clock continues to run. Kickers, the punters, the holders, and the snappers spent most of their careers, Kirk, on different fields in the offense and defense. Working solitude. Absolutely. The mental part. Trying to get the muscle memory down. Manassas is a really good golfer. He compares kicking to golf. You know, trying to get that swing down just automatic under pressure. He's going to get his chance. Tagovailoa is under center. Play clock winding down, and this will be it. Wait a second. You got that a little too close. Wanted a timeout. 6 seconds remaining. His quarterback. It's frustrating because he wanted to run the play and didn't call the timeout, not let the clock run all the way down. Here was Papanasos' first attempt.
I see two people still here. Who is it?
There, and he got a little aggressive with the plant foot. Made the correction later on. A couple of them. Remember, you and I were at the Rose Bowl. And it came into overtime, and then when it was double overtime, and Lorenzo Carter was able to use
Oh.
his entire body at 6'6".
We're back. Awesome.
To be able to block a field goal in the second overtime, right there, hung in the air forever, got his right hand on the ball, and able to knock that away. He's going to try to get up in the air and knock it down again.
Yeah, I'm not sure when it'll end, so just, I guess when I get tired, I guess. I think it'd be probably the same way with Devin, so. Still watching the game, and it's about to go into overtime. Wasn't expecting that.
This will be the final play to decide whether or not Alabama will war back and claim a 5th championship in 9 years.
Well,
Long Georgia's
I think Alabama's going to try field goal first.
This, of course, made it overtime. And we don't have any timeouts remaining, so nobody's going to call a timeout. Nobody's going to get iced. They're gonna line up and they're gonna kick a field goal and either, as you said, win this game, win another championship.
Let's see what happens here. Hope you're all over there watching it on ESPN.
J.K. Scott. Holder, punter, kickoff man. Seventh.
This determines the game.
Ask for a steadier hand as the holder.
If he makes it, Alabama wins. If he misses, goes into overtime.
From Georgia, by the way. Of course. Of course. Need another freshman out there. Papa Nastos. National championship from 36 yards.
Hey, Brandon, is Devin still up, or what happened to his? Overtime. Wow. The game's in overtime, guys. He missed it to the left.
And life. We're headed for overtime. Feel for any kicker. Comes up short in that situation.
I lost connection on my computer, so I can't watch Devin's stream.
When you miss it, that's pressure. And that's pressure getting the best of you. He slipped there with his left foot. His plant foot looked like it slipped a bit.
Okay, his buffering.
You deal with kickers.
Okay,
Most
it's
of the season. But
the internet up here.
tricky on these fields with the
But I have no connection again. Try to refresh over on his.
Chance to win it. We're going to head to overtime. Find out who's leaving here with a trophy. DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer
I know, right, Paul?
for 17 years running.
Now it comes down to overtime.
Just like some
Wasn't expecting that.
shaken soda. Adding their seat
Last I saw,
being wrapped,
Georgia was
sitting in gown,
destroying Alabama.
walking into a glass door.
And then I was talking to y'all, and then happened to look up, and it was tied
Customer satisfaction.
with like 2:04 to go in the game.
Call 1-800.
I was like, oh crap. So, but I kind of expected Alabama to come back because they are a second half team. So, and they got the ball in the second half to start it off second half. So, they are a second half team. But they still ain't won the game.
Since my New Year's resolution to be safe stuff, people keep asking me if I miss the mayhem. Just waiting around.
Thanks, Paul.
Protect your house with lightning strike give you the same rush as being golf ball size hail? Of course not. But if you can stick to your New Year's resolution, then I can stick to mine and be the best road trip. What? You couldn't even last 2 weeks in that case?
Last time we were in was just November 5th. We got out on our birthday, and we were out. Well, I was out until Monday last week, and Devin was out until Tuesday of last week. So, almost a month. Almost a month. Usually don't happen though. Not the way the cold weather. It doesn't help us either. So, especially here, it's been 50s, 30s, 20s, teens at night, and up in the 60s. We're supposed to get like mid 60s next week down in Joplin where I live. So when the weather like this, it don't help us at all.
Its history remains where we renew in return the answers.
And then when there's stuff going around, that don't help either.
NBA Saturday Prime Time begins January 20th on ABC.
We are back. The college football playoff.
Still waiting on my nurse to come back with my food. They didn't have the chicken. That was for lunch only, but so I sent her back down for the ribs. And still waiting on her to come back. Might be basically a lot of the night nurses are getting their food and stuff as well. Unless She might have went to the other part of the hospital to see if they had milk over there for me.
We still don't have a champion. We're going to keep playing until we get one. Alabama, you're still the visiting team. We're going to have another coin toss. The winner of the coin toss gets to decide either who gets the ball first or which end of the field that we play on. The loser of the coin toss gets the remaining option. Because you're still the visitors, we have the same coin. The football is heads, and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is tails. What's your call? Tails is called. Here we go. It is a tail. You want to go on defense? First, do it like defense first. It's not gone. Which end do you want to play at? Play over there. Seems to be enjoying the moment the spotlight here. First down, going this way.
Dogs went on left to right.
There we go.
Their offense up first. Again, their offense had a very good first half. And the overtime.
Yeah.
Offense not quite in sync. They've had the ball. Georgia, that win in the Rose Bowl, got that field goal. Baker Mayfield, Outlaw had a chance to win it.
I appreciate that, William. I wanted to get feeling better too, so I can get back home.
This stadium's about 60-40 in favoring of Georgia. They are at the Georgia end of the stadium. There are a lot of Georgia fans down here. The eerie quiet, a weird tension in the Duckies. Overtime in the big conference game. Remember, on the
Like it.
perimeter and throwing the ball, getting it outside is where Fromm and Georgia's had their most success. He's taking a chance. Jeremy Pruitt yelling out to that Bama defense. They're also making chips.
What's that? 35?
Yards, you got to believe your offensive line and test the part of the time on that one. Absolutely. It's almost like Jeremy Pruitt in the time defense baiting the young freshman, giving him a certain look, knowing that he's
I'm fishing to get my gown on, my hospital gown.
as soon as he started to come up to the
I was comfortable without a shirt, but I'm starting to get cold now. It's getting darker out, and with me having the windows that face north, it's getting a little chilly in my room now. So I'm probably going to be getting my shirt on here, my hospital gown back on, or get one on. I got laying over on my sink right now.
Baker Fitzpatrick anticipating again that pin and pull scheme with the outside.
I try to keep the rim at comfortable 73 to 75,
That right tackle outside.
but sometimes I get hot, sometimes I get cold, so I just throw the blankets on.
With the rest of that Bama defense, but
Usually I've got a hospital gown on, but I took a shower about 7 o'clock or 6:37. So after I got out, I got re-accessed and I just kept my shirt off. Then forgot to put the gown on, but I was comfortable. It wasn't cold at the time, so I wasn't cold at the time, so I just kept it off. I was trying to get a little chilly now.
and he comes free. It seems that center field yard 53 just not agile enough to move with Lewis, and he comes in clean.
There's my
Big
nurse.
sack. Mappa Nastas from 51 kicked a 55-yarder in the Rose Bowl. Here's Blankenship.
Here we go for the lead from Georgia. Get there. Yep. 23-20 Georgia. But if the field goals, so now Alabama gets a chance. And if they get a touchdown, then Alabama wins. If they get a field goal, we go for another. We keep going until the clock ends.
At the end of the first half in the Rose Bowl against Oklahoma, goes out here, the first overtime. After that sack, delivers for Georgia.
Alright, so Ribs, I went over to Cambridge for you. They don't have to start running over their barbecue chips.
Okay.
Alright, you need a fork and knife?
No. Ribs are finger food.
Alright.
Oh, crap.
Some paper towels.
No.
There's your ribs. Here's your card back. And your chips.
How many chips did you get?
I got 2.
2. Alright.
Alright.
I guess that'll work for now.
Huh?
I said, I guess that'll work for now.
Alrighty.
Usually I get about 4.
I didn't have 4. I just grabbed what I had.
Dancing around. They're circling back. Drives. A disastrous first down play. Devin Bellamy got it back at the 42.
Yes. I'm not gonna do this. Give me a second here. I'll figure this out. Yeah, since you're off, I'm gonna move you guys here to another spot. Plug the little charger in on this other side. Alabama just won the game, guys. Alabama just won the game with the touchdown. 26-23. Try to get my phone to sit up here. There we go. Can you see me good right there, guys? I know. I'm going for Georgia, but Alabama won. I got family from there, so awesome job. They lost last year to Clemson, so they overcame and got it back this year. I'm proud of them, but I was going for Georgia, so. Oh, there's actually sauce on them this time. Good. No, I'm not in a bad mood. I really didn't either, but I usually do root for him, Paul, because my family down there, so. But before last year, they won the previous 2 years. That's why I was going for Georgia. But yeah, I remember for the past 3 or 4 years, Alabama was number 1. Georgia was number 5 or 6. It was the first time they were 3 and 4. Oklahoma was number 1. Clemson was 2. Then Alabama and Georgia 3 and 4. So. Okay, maybe he did. Maybe he had that thing pop up on his phone again, who knows. He's been having something pop up, so he's been having things pop up on his phone you can't figure out how to get rid of. So when they pop up, they kind of end the stream. Or maybe he did end it, I don't know. I'm not watching them now because I have no connection on my computer again. Trying to get my Gatorade open, or Powerade. Trying to get my pills taken here. Plastics, yep. I'll try to show you one of these here in a sec. Since I don't know if you could see them through the package real well or not. I'll show you one from outside package. That's what our pills look like right there. Just want to get to focus. That's what our Pankers pills look like. The little white things inside here. That's what helps break down the food. When we were little, like 2-3 years old, before we could even swallow them, what we would do, we would break it we'd open it, and we'd pour them little beads into like pudding or yogurt, ice cream, something, whatever we could. That's the part that breaks down the food. If we don't have the shell, that's fine, as long as we get them little white pellets. That's what breaks down the food. So when we were little, we would take those and put them in pudding or whatever to get it, to be able to get them down when we were little, before we could even swallow anything, swallow pills anyway. That's how we used to have to do it. I was like 2-3 years old, and then and of course, when we first started taking these, we only had to take like 2 or 3, and then the older we got, the more we were eating, so the more we had to take. And we've been taking 6 for several years now. It started out, and we were always different. I would only have to take 2, and Devin would have to take 3, or vice versa. I can't remember. And then we'd up it to like 4 to 4. One is 4. One of us take 5, and then we both would take 5. And then they'd up us to 6, and we've been on 6 ever since. And they used to look a lot different. They used to be kind of the whole shell used to be pink, where you couldn't see the little white beads. And then they came out with just with the clear bottom, and the part that's red was pink. And now these are the ones they have now. So they came in many different colors and forms. I always grab 3 of them at a time and swallow 3 at a time.
He was anticipating Sanders over helping him out. So miscommunication is the most important play, especially after the sack. And Kirby Smart's team comes
Yeah, I'm going to get it down. These are missions earlier.
has not lost one of his former assistants. The painful part of losing the biggest stage. The opponent's confetti is fluttering down.
Can I help you?
Can I get my nurse or care assistant?
Have your nurse for what?
Or my care assistant, don't matter.
Okay, we'll be right
I think one come here.
So happy for Nick Saban and Alabama. All the championships, the consistency, the dynasty continues.
No, we can't see it from here where we're at. We're on the first floor, but the hospital we're at can't see the skyline.
Our final score, Alabama 26, Georgia 23 in overtime.
Well, maybe where Devin is, but where I'm at, I'm surrounded by buildings, so you can't really see it. Now, if we were still at Children's Mercy, you could see the Union Station and the Sprint Center, and well, depending on what room you were in over there too. So, but this hospital, you can't see it from here. Well, let's go on the upper floors. One thing I liked about Children's Mercy, the helicopter pad, it's the same here. They're both up on the roof. But where the one that Children's was placed, you could get room 23, 24, and 25, the last 3 rooms. And the helicopter pad was like right there at your window. So you could watch helicopters come in and take off all day. We've became real good friends with one of the pilots over there. I believe his name was Aaron as well. And every time we were in, he would take us out there to a helicopter. We've got to go out and sit in it several times. There's a couple visiting helicopters that came in one time. One of them is actually from here, Lifestar. That's the one that lands at the Kent Speedway. The one with the big gold star. I got to sit in that one time. When they landed over there at Children's one night. It was pretty interesting. Down where we live, what used to be St. John's before the 2011 tornado, the helicopter, I don't know if you saw the news, but if you did and seen the, yeah, paper towels, please. Just 2. These are messier than the ones I had earlier. This lane, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, the ones earlier had no sauce on them at all. But, it's off of, it's off of Truman Road. 22nd Street in Truman. So I believe it's the one there in, I don't think it was either one of those. It's one that's, it's one that's across from the Sprint Center, kinda. Not far from the Sprint Center. The one by, the Union Station. We stopped going there about 3 years ago. We were getting too old to go there. But actually we weren't. Because, yeah. The doctor that took care of us for many, many years, Dr. Philip Black, he said he could take care of us there until we turned 25. So we really had a couple more years. But with it becoming adults, Mom wanted us to be in an adult hospital. So that's why we're back. That's why we're over here now. Every once in a while, when we get a chance, we'll go visit our nurses and friends from over there. So, our mom was real good friends with the security guard over there. Leroy, what's his name? Real good friends, known us since we were going there when we were little. He retired just a couple of years before we left that hospital. The days that Leroy would work and Mom stayed with us before we could drive. When she'd get bored in the room or need to go for a walk, she'd find out where Leroy was and go find him. She'd go down to the docks and see him if he was working down there or wherever. Sometimes he'd work the main entrance where you enter. Sometimes he'd be in the docks. Sometimes he'd be in the ambulance bay security. So it just depended on where he was, and we'd always ask if he was working. And then about a year, if not the same year, we stopped going there. Our last time there was when he retired. So we've had a lot of fun memories over there.
After the sack in overtime, tell me what you saw when you threw the ball to Monday Smith. They tried to disguise their cover two, and when I dropped back, I looked at the middle safety, down, the cover two safety, inside on the third receiver coming over, and I just went back outside and stayed was open, so I took the shot, and here we are now. You got the championship too, and congratulations, a wonderful performance, a great comeback. Now let's face the defensive player of the game, Devon Payne. Ron, you've had a tremendous playoff both in the semifinal and tonight. What changed after the first half for you guys defensively?
I think we went in and just wanted to get pitching back right. I think we came out the right way, and everybody came out and wanted to fight on us.
After the end of regulation, you did win it.
Mine is tacos. I love tacos. Over there at Jones Mercy, if there was none good on the menu, I ordered tacos. I wish I could get them here. You can only get them here every once in a while. In fact, they're having them tomorrow or Wednesday. But over there, I could order tacos all day if I wanted. There's a specific way that I make my tacos, and I still do it that way when we have them at home. Tacos, ribs, brisket, anything barbecue. Devins, he's not much of a taco person like I am, but he does. We both love barbecue, so.
Having the courage to make a move that's against the grain and put that man, Tua Tagovailoa, into this game and give him a chance to bring the time back to win that fifth championship. His parents are relocated from the native Hawaiian to Alabama. He close to their son. He's got a little brother
And when it comes to the
down the road.
tacos at Taco Bell, Devin does the plain Doritos tacos that they first came out with. I tried all three. I love the fire tacos. I would get 2 of them. What's your guys' favorite food?
66 years old, he told Tom Rinaldi he's never been this happy. Never. The time. Rally. Taken away from Georgia on the final play, 26-23. Back to more. The 2018 Florida State Coast game is brought to you by Ford. Yeah.
Barbecue and Italian. Yeah, I like some Italian. Fettuccine Alfredo. Spaghetti. Pepperoni Alfredo. Lasagna. I haven't had lasagna in a long time. Our grandma does a really good 3-cheese lasagna. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Haven't had it in a long time though. What restaurants have you? Yeah, Chicken Alfredo, and you know, I've never been to Olive Garden yet. I'm wanting to go, but just ain't got the money to do it. Our grandma and mom go pretty often, and my girlfriend takes her grandma all the time. I'm wanting to go one of these days.
Whether you're a casual exerciser or a football superhuman named Play, if you're working out, you're looking for an edge. Isn't it some new technology? So you can use your brain muscles to visualize success. You've been working out with a giant liquid beef, or you're the Navy definitely eating protein-packed Jack Link's jerky made with 100% beef. Tastes like this. Jack Link's jerky.
What restaurants have you been to around here, Brandon?
What a thriller. Old George Early, he kicks a couple of field goals, and then Nicole Hartman on the wild dog direct snap. It was 13-0. Bama's offense could not get going at all until the lowest sparked him in the second half. Yeah, it was an impressive performance there early by Georgia. It seemed to be really control the game. The story was all about Jake Fromm in that first half. Then Nick Saban makes the switch at halftime. And he's known as a beautiful passer, but he's also a dual threat, a very competent runner. But all the time it has finally escapes. So they play on third down. Just kept a drive alive. Eventually led them to their first touchdown. But that effort right there on third down, I think really sparked them and allowed them to start cranking up the tempo. Got Georgia back on their heels for the first time, and he ends up finding Henry Ruggs for a touchdown. And Bama now all of a sudden.
I've heard of it.
But they came.
Where's it located up here?
Georgia's only points after halftime. Hartman got free. It was an 80-yard play. Just staying inbounds, scoring. But that Calvin Ridley.
Is it right here on 39th Street?
Plays on. It's about time that I get involved here. Times best receiving weapon all season. Finds a way to work free. But this is a great effort. He wanted to go to him early. Just kept looking, and finally, because Ridley did not give up on the play, he was able to pull away from coverage. Just like that, Alabama's sitting pretty. And Epapanastos after the Tide and marches it down methodically. A chance to settle it in regulation with a walk-off winner from 36, but kind of a nervy game. This one was hooked badly. That's what Zeta was talking about. You got to come back from that. You think you got it won, a reliable short-range kicker, but the Dogs still had life. But again, at the top of the first, just like in the Rose Bowl, they couldn't find the end zone. Blankenship back, they had the big sack. 51-yarder. Steps up and delivers again. And the game winner.
Oh, okay.
The one thing you don't want to do is take a 16-yard loss, and you say you looked a safety off right there. Move the safety to the middle.
Because the hospital is located on 39th Street and Rainbow Boulevard. That's where we're located.
Looks right, comes back to his left, knowing that Smith was going to be able to get behind Parrish, which is exactly what he did. A helpless feeling for a defensive back. Palms to the sky for Malcolm Parrish. He knew he had no help back there on Smith. Wow, didn't it fall exactly how we thought? Felt the emphasis was going to be on the power running game, conservative offense. In the end, there was a couple of freshmen making spectacular plays that we didn't expect to step forward. Talk about off the bench. The great relief from a great book from Nick Saban. And after everything that Alabama's been through this year with the injuries, I know he's won a lot of these championships. Because of the injuries and because of what they've lost the last couple of years to graduation, guys leaving early for the NFL, I would argue that this is the best coaching job that Nick Saban's done since he's been in Tuscaloosa. Tagovailoa celebrates, and it was snapping at the ball. Bradley Bozeman, an even bigger moment down on his knee to propose. Oh, his girlfriend right on the face to the podium. She's checking it out. Yes, the ring is real. That's great. Wow. Bozeman written himself his college career with an overtime championship game win. Alabama fans celebrating the championship officially elected national champion merchandise. How does football playoff
Yes, I am.
was it shock?
They're actually a lot. They got more sauce on them than they did when I had them for lunch.
Well, spare a thought for Georgia, a 37-year drought. The Dogs realized mid-season they could have good enough to keep this going. They took it to the tide early.
Have you heard of
Back to the mistakes they made and the opportunities they missed to put this one away.
the restaurant called Bricks?
It will, but it's
It's, I believe it's the east side.
right over from Tuscaloosa back to his alma mater. He's ahead of schedule. This is, I know it's depressing and it's sad for tonight, but it's part of the foundation of what he's building.
Might be the west side of town. I can't remember where
He'll be able to grow.
exactly.
He's not going anywhere. Georgia's
But it's a restaurant called Bricks
smart charge.
right here in Kansas City.
Well, and the young players will remember this night very similar to the way Alabama used the loss to Clemson as motivation. So, congratulations. I'd rather congratulate Georgia as sad as this night is for them on a great year. Eventually, maybe that pain will subside. The seniors will move on. It's a great senior class, but it's fair to say this might be one of Smart's least talented teams because the way they're signing
It was, and I was here when he got here. I believe I was in this room too. Because I didn't make the May race because I ended up in here with pneumonia. And I was watching the race on here. Devin, Mom, and our stepdad went to the race. And after they said he was airlifted out of the track, 10 minutes later, I look toward my window and I see a helicopter coming in. And I'm like, oh, there's Eric right there. So yeah, I was actually here the day he got flown here.
to turn the tables and break Georgia's hearts. Micah Fitzpatrick for the Warriors.
And he was released,
Took a shot to the kid.
I believe, 2 days later.
Kept going. Played big again in this ultimate game. Alabama another national championship. Crimson Tide back on top of the college football world. A game that we'll never forget.
Really?
In Atlanta tonight.
The reason I bring it up, the show Triple D with Guy Fieri, he's been there. That's the reason I bring it up. That's the place I want to try now. I love watching Triple D. I can't remember the name of the place, but there's a place right here on 39th Street, like, I want to say 4 blocks from the hospital that he's been to as well. I just saw that one a few days before I came in the last time. Can't remember what it's called. I think it's a Chinese place, if I remember correctly. The one here on 39th. It's on south side of the street. It's kind of hard to see where it's at. Because it's kind of tucked in a corner by another place. Like right there on the street. So you really got to look for it. Yeah, when I heard about the brick from Triple D, I'm like, I gotta find that place to try it one of these days. I know it's downtown somewhere. I just can't remember exactly where. Yeah, not close to here. It's like right down by the Sprint Center. It's the Aladdin. I've actually stayed there. That's a nice hotel. That is a really nice hotel. I've actually stayed there myself. It's let's see, when was it? It's been several years now ago, but I used to have aspergillosis in my lungs, so I was doing steroid treatments. And when we had a trip to Baltimore for a cystic fibrosis study. Yeah. Yep. And we flew back from Baltimore, and it was the day of my steroids for 3 days, so we got that hotel for 3 days. Well, Grandma, Mom, and Devin did, while I was in the hospital for the 3 days to do my steroid treatment. So we ended up in that hotel. It was nice. I believe we got an Aladdin hotel when we was up there in Baltimore as well.
A huge salute to our production crew, so proud to bring you this unforgettable punctuation to the college football season.
In fact, when we stayed here,
One more time.
it's either here or our hotel there in Baltimore. Just outside of the hotel, water lines were busted, and the news media was there, so we were having to drink out of bottled water because the water lines were busted. It flooded the street. I believe it might have been here, but I can't remember. I know it's while we was at a hotel, so.
It's out there to welcome in this Sports Center on Scott Van Pelt. It is late, but I'm not tired yet. I assume you're on Island. What a night, what a college football game. If you've been with us through the years we've been doing this show this way, you know the score and what's coming. We don't necessarily know who or when, but we presume. We will speak with Nick Saban, Julio Tagovailoa. We believe as well the quarterback who led the comeback for Alabama years ago. We got Tom McShay in the studio. We got the comeback win. We begin as we do every single night with the best thing I saw today, and we'll narrow this down to this. In overtime, the freshman to the freshman. Tua Tagovailoa to Devontae Smith. A kid from Hawaii, a kid from Louisiana. What do they have in common? Well, last year they were in high school, and now they're together playing for Alabama and winning yet another national championship for the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide roll in overtime. The comeback completed for Nick Saban and Alabama. This is what it looked and sounded like in the Innisfree down in T-Town.
Are they pulling Thursday? If my computer works, yeah. Why are they going down so early, though? Oh, in May.
Yeah, no, he said we're good. We're good to Mississippi. Put your phones down, kids. Be present. You can just be present.
I thought you was talking about for Daytona.
Oh, yeah, you got to snap.
I thought you were talking about this Thursday. I was like, what? Why go down 41 days early? Most likely not. We would love to do that, but our grandpa won't let us.
Not defeated on and saying we will be back on the stage, and they will. That is an incredibly talented young football team. With
We would love to go to the race the whole weekend at Kansas, like we did at Texas. But being fairly close, we only go up on a Sunday.
We talked all about it. Talked about how the way we play, inflatable snaps we'd seen on tape. We told her about halftime. No question. They were struggling. They needed some momentum.
That's one thing on my bucket list is to watch them pull into a track, though.
Some momentum, got momentum swung back their way. He's a good player. He's got confidence on. He scrambles, makes plays, throws the ball down the field. Really talented freshman. Mind you, Jay, a lot of the things he did.
I would love to do that, but
Major plays we had.
our grandpa wouldn't let us, I don't think.
Nick's a special kid, gamer, he understands local game football. He sees space in the field. He sees guys open.
If we lived closer like you did, maybe. But we live 4 hours away, so that's kind of no reason to drive up just for that, you know. So then we'd have to get a hotel for 4 nights. Yes, he did. Favorite drivers was Jeff Gordon, still is, even though he don't drive. Jamie McMurray, because he's from Joplin. Clint Boyer, because he's from here in Emporia. And somewhat like Dale Jr., but he's no longer racing either. So, and Carl Edwards from Columbia. Jimmy McMurray, I haven't, but my brother has. He finds him every week, every time we go up. I've yet to personally meet him. Well, last year in October, I stood up there at the stage during the driver introduction. So pretty much somewhat met all the drivers by just slapping their hand as they walk by. But actually getting their autographs, I've met a few. But as far as Jamie, I believe I do have Jamie's. I don't have Gordon's. That's one I was looking forward to meeting really bad, Jeff Gordon, but I never could find him. Dale Jr., I do have his autograph, and I've met him. And I've met Tony Stewart, and I do have Carl Edwards as well, and I've met him. Clint Boyer, I tried to meet him at Texas, but him, Harvick, and Kurt Busch were all three waiting for their cars to come out of inspection down there. Their cars were late to inspection because they had passed through 3 times. So we were standing like right there at their box. We got the VIP pass, so we could get behind. We're literally in the pits during the practice and qualifyings. Well, we're sitting maybe from here to my door, so probably like 10 yards, if that, from Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer. They were just sitting on the wall waiting for their cars. And we tried to get an autograph from them. About that time, one of their crew members came over to them and said, hey, they want you to go to your cars back there in inspection. So they both took off running. So I haven't got to meet them yet. Oh, that's cool. I would love to meet him. I really do. I've met Kyle Petty. He came down to Joplin, I believe it was that year. Right there, 2015. It was the year they did the first night race. So yeah, 2015. Him, Rutledge Wood, and somebody else, I can't remember who it was. Supposed to have been Richard Petty too. But they did like a bike rally from California down to St. Louis. Okay, it was that year then. Anyway, the day before the night race, the Friday night race. Kyle Petty and Rutledge Wood and a few other bikers were doing like a charity ride, and they happened to go through Joplin, through what used to be Cycle Connection, but now it's called Hideout Harley. And so we got to meet them there. Got a picture with them, got their autograph. So I've met Kyle Petty a few times. Or, yeah, Kyle Petty. I haven't met Richard yet. But I've got Joe Gibbs' autograph. I have Jack Roush's autograph. And I have, who's the other one? Joe Gibbs, Jack Roush, and Roger Penske. I still have to get, Hendrick. I still gotta get Rick Hendricks. As far as crew chiefs, I believe I have Jack Nels, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. I do have Jimmy Johnson's spotter, Earl Barwin. I got his this past October. No, October of last year, excuse me. Because our grandma was with us. Her first race was last year. She didn't like it either. Like I was explaining earlier from Grandpa and our uncle. They didn't like going to it. Well, Grandma didn't either. Our mom and stepdad's been to races. They don't like going to them. They'd rather watch them on TV. So, but me and them like going to them. 20 on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the one from Dale Jr. He signed that one. I tried getting Tony Stewart to sign one, but never could find him. I tried to get one that I have from Danica. I tried to find her to get it signed, and I got to Danica too late, so. But now I got some that Ron gave me from their team. I definitely gotta get them signed and made from Matt. Hey, 96 room here. Awesome.
Inside. Sorry about it, yeah.
That's fine.
Rest your man more.
I have a few of them myself. Kyle and Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, Clint Boyer, Jimmy Johnson, I believe I have his. I've got his spotters. Those are just a few of them I got at Kansas. When I was down in Texas, I was able to get Brandon Gaughan and Joey Gase. No, not Joe Gase. Can't remember who the other driver was I caught. Bubba Wallace was one of them I seen. Probably a few more crew chiefs that I didn't have on there yet. So yeah, there's still a few crew chiefs and a couple spotters I want to get, and a couple of drivers I still gotta get. And usually if I don't have one of their cards, I have them sign my lanyard that I use. That lanyard is full of signatures. and all my signatures on my lanyard are black marker, except for Tony Earl, except for Earl Berkman's. I had Earl sign his in silver, so I knew who he was. So I knew he was not a driver, but a spotter. And then I said, now I just gotta get I just gotta get Jeff Gordon's spotter. And he said, well, wait here, and they should all be coming here in a bit. Now we had to go get our seats, so he said, well, I'll try to catch them some other time. I tried catching them leaving after the race, and they all went a different way. So I still gotta get a few of theirs, a few spotter ones. I've met, well, I haven't personally met Chris Devoda and Dale Jarrett, Dale Jarrett, but I've gotten pictures of them when I was there in October. And then I'm wanting to meet Darrell Waltrip and Larry McReynolds and all them guys. Michael Waltrip, and I'm going to meet the guys from the Fox Group, both up in the booth and in the Hollywood Hotel. When I was up there in October, I waited by the Hollywood Hotel to see if I could see anybody coming in or coming out, and never saw anybody, so I was hoping to catch somebody walking in there. Either Chris Devoda, Michael Waltrip, or Dale Jarrett, or somebody. But I never caught any of them. I like to get some of their signatures as well. Oh, up where the spotters sit or stand? How'd you get up there? How are you able to get up there? I would love to see that view. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. I would love to get a picture of the entire track on my phone from that view. Being way up there, you'll definitely get the whole track on your camera. That would be awesome. The highest point picture I've got is right up there on the walkway up by the elevators. That's when I first went in May. That was from my first race. I was way up there by my seat. Yeah, I see that on TV all the time, that you can see the skyline from there. When we was when we were in children's certain rooms, we barely if we look in the right direction, we can barely see the booth, the announcing booth of the track, the skybox or whatever you want to call it. There's one night we were over there and there's something lit up so bright way off in the distance. I had no clue what it was. Usually turn 4 up toward the top. We were like literally almost, I believe we were the 5th row from the top when we were there in October. And I can't remember what section we were. But since we've gone there, we've always sat in turn 4. Except for the night race we went to. We couldn't get the tickets to the Cup Series because they were sold out by the time we were able to find out if we were going to be able to go or not. And funny thing about that, we happened to have a doctor's appointment up here that day here at this hospital. Our very first appointment here at this hospital that day. And we came in and they wanted to put us in. And we told them that we had tickets for the race that Friday night, the truck series. So they said, okay, go to the race and come back and get put in the morning. So we ended up sitting down in turn 1. Just like when they come off the tri-oval and then you got that little spot, straight line, before they dive off in the corner. We were right there where they come back up at the wall and then dive off. We were row 8 right there. That's closest we've ever sat. Sitting down that far, I had to have earplugs and my headset that we always get. And I started getting a little cold, so midway through the race, I had to walk back to our car to yeah, I would love to, but we can't afford that. I would love to sit there. That would be amazing. But we can't afford that seating. For where we sit, as high as we sit, plus our VIP, or not VIP, our pre-race track pass that we get, with that, the headset, because we get the one with the mic so we can talk to each other, plus as high as our seating is, we usually spend $229 on a ticket every year. And that's a piece. Devin buy his and I buy mine. But when we went to Texas, we between me, Devin, and our dad, our father, he went with us. Going all three days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We ended up spending over $300 to $500 just for our tickets. Plus, when we got there, we paid $175. Actually, you know what? I have sat in the center section before. One with the seats that have the cup holders, the flip up seats. I have sat there once before, and that was the first race that we ever went to. But where I was for the Saturday one, we well, with us being the first time at a race, we looked up our section. Well, me and them thought we was way over there in turn 1. So we find our seat, sit our stuff down, and then go to get something to eat and drink. Okay, and get our air muffs or whatever. We come back and there's somebody sitting in our seat. We're like, you're in our seat. And they're like, no, this is our seat. This is where our tickets say we sit. I'm like, okay, well, this is where we sit. This is our first time here. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, bud. You're way over in turn 4. I'm like, oh, jeez. So we had to walk all the way to turn 4. So then we found our seats over there, but where we ended up sitting, one of the poles that hold up the booth was like right here. So when when Matt Kenseth spun in the Xfinity race, came down off the track and across the grass, I saw him and then I couldn't see him because of the pole, and then I saw him again. So that pole was kind of blocking my view that day. And then when we had the Sunday race, we were further down into the sun. But we had a blast that week, and we've gone every week, every race since then, except for the May one I did not make. So out of all of them we've gone to, I've missed one. And that was the May one. But that one where Danica hit that wall on the outside, getting in turn 1 first lap, we were there for that one. And that's the same one that Joey Logano turned Matt Kenseth at. And when that happened, I was over on Matt Kenseth's side, or Joey's. Since they were. Well, it's true. Yeah. That is true. Unless you're a season ticket holder, then you sit in the same spot all the time. Because my friend was. He was a season ticket holder. Same seat every week he went. But he don't go anymore because he's got responsibilities now. So he's got a job and everything like that. So he don't go to them anymore. He went to the one in May, and last year, not last year, but the year before in May, that's the last one I seen him at. Because I asked him in October if he was going to be going. And he said, no, I don't go to him anymore. I can't afford it. I'm working now, and at the time he had a girlfriend, so taking care of her, take care of the house and bills and stuff, so my friend don't go to him anymore. I'm like, oh, I still go to him. And here, when he was going to him all the time, we couldn't afford to go. And he was always going. Now it's opposite. We always try to save up to go, so. But we ain't got a job to worry about because we can't work. So. We can't work because it affects our disability, so. If we end up going in May, we'll try to sit there, but we might even just try to buy tickets to sit right there. They're not that much expensive, are they? Because just where we sit like the top section, anywhere in there, we pay like $130 just to even sit there. Sometimes. Anywhere from $80 to $100. The most we've ever paid was like $140, I believe. So being where you're at ain't that much more, is it? Or is it a little bit more? Okay, yeah, see, ticket season holders. I'm not one of those. We would do that, but with us never knowing if we're going to be in the day of the race or not, that's why we don't do it, and that's why we don't order our tickets ahead of time. The way our health is, we never know if we're going to be in during the race. So we usually have to wait like the week before the race to order our tickets. So if it wasn't for that, we'd probably see ticket holders and order in advance as well. Because like usually a couple months before the race, or when they start selling them, we'll get a little thing in the envelope. Since we've been going there so many years, a couple of years now, they're used to us coming, so they usually send us a little pamphlet to get the cheaper deals if you order early. And when they call us, we usually tell them we would like to do that. But the way our health is, we never know if we're going to be in or out of the hospital the day of the race. Or we would buy them now, so we always have to wait like the week before. So we know if we're going to be in or not. So they always understand that. They're like, oh, yeah, okay, we understand that. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you the week before, and hopefully you can make it. So, and it turns out every time we do. We pay for them. You can add them to your ticket purchase. If you're a season ticket holder, you get that for free. All you gotta do is, they're only $25 more. It's a pre-race track pass. You can buy them there when you get there. You can buy them when you order your tickets. It's just for the pre-race track pass. It's only 20, but that only gets you so many things. It don't get you back in the garage where the haulers. And it gets you at the stage during driver introductions and the concert, whatever the concert may be. It gets you back there by the fencing to watch driver inspection and the driver meeting there in the tent. But that's about all it gets you. It don't get you back in the garage, which I wish it did. So it don't get you much as a hot pass does. But it still gets you pretty close to the cars and the garage area. You just can't go into the garage where the haulers are. Like where you're able to access with a hot pass. You can't get in there with the track pass. Track pass is for the inspection line, the media tent, where they do the meeting. And then you can watch the entire inspection. Then you can participate in the driver meeting. Stand outside the tent or whatever. Yeah. A track pass won't get you that. You can't get that with a track pass. I want to get a hot pass so I can do that. Tour the garage and the haulers but I just can't afford it. I've seen where you can buy them online, but they're like over $1,000. I can't afford it that, or you gotta know somebody on a team, or you gotta be invited by a team. That's one thing on my bucket list, but that's one of the other things that probably will never happen. I've talked to Ron about it, but there's nothing he can do about it. I mean, Devin's asked you for help on that as well, and there's nothing you could do about it. So you gotta know someone on the team, or you have to be invited by a team to get that. But with the track pads, you can sign the finish line and the wall as well. Yeah, $400. I can't afford that. I wish I could. And certain tracks don't allow them either. Some tracks have them where you can buy them, some tracks don't. But I can't afford that. Because I pay rent to my grandma and grandpa every month, $250, $70 a month. $200 of it is for house, $70 of it is for our phones. So, with the rent and then everything else, but I got electric bill once every other month and everything else. We can't afford it. Okay, that'll work. And then when we get there, we can text you and find out where you're at and if you got them. That would really make our day, bud. You'd help us check off something on our bucket list. Wait till it gets closer, though, so we know if we're going to be coming or not. I think you might be the only one on here, bud. Yep, I'm only seeing one watching. Everybody else must have gotten off. But then tell me. I'll probably end it here in a bit because going on 2 hours with this one. Probably not. I don't know. He might just be watching. Let's see what time tonight. I doubt he's asleep. Could be just watching TV. I'm going on 2 hours with this stream. The one that ended up stopping out about an hour and 45 minutes in on that one when that stopped. So if it didn't stop and it would have kept going, I'd be at 3 hours 20 minutes right now. That's a pretty long stream. But Ron's done 7-hour streams before, so. But then again, he was driving too, so. I'm gonna try and find something to watch now that the game's over. Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow. Probably about 7 o'clock again tomorrow. That's when I started that first one. Or you want me to wait until like 9? Will 7 work or 9 o'clock? I don't think you got in here until about 9. Okay, we'll do 7 o'clock. Alright. I'll talk to you tomorrow then, bud. Have a good night.